So, if anyone's ever wondered what has my life been like since I started YouTube, and my life has been different. Hasn't been the same since I was real young. Lots of things changed. It used to be, like this happy-go-lucky person, and I used to like want to do a bunch of things, and now I'm kind of just lazy and I don't really do anything at all. I used to be able to go out on my walks. Now I don't go on my walks anymore. My legs start hurting. My ankle starts hurting like really bad. And I'll be like, why am I even walking? Like I'll walk like halfway like down the street, and I'll be like, all right, I gotta turn back. Like it's not even like 5 minutes. When we're like walking through the stores and stuff, I just push through the pain. I can't stand and walk that long. So that's why I don't really go to a lot of places, but it is what it is. It's been a pretty windy day today. I can't say that I've advanced since I've been on here. Now I can stand. I can stand all day, but like when I go to walk, for some reason, when I walk longer than like 5 minutes, like my leg starts hurting. It runs from like my calf, the bottom of my calf, all the way up my leg. Like I don't know if that's like an injury or if that's like a back problem. I don't know. I looked it up. How to work out your calves. And I tried working out my calves, and it didn't work. It didn't do anything for it. It didn't make it any better, any stronger. Like it's pretty much the same. So I've been trying my best to do what I can. I like just sitting out here and just smoking and just talking to the camera. This is going to be my life for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be talking to the camera, making videos. Smoking. Not giving a fuck. Since I've had no job, I've tried to like figure out like what can I do like every day that's something that I have to do. Like talk. Do I like doing this every day? Not every day. But I'll do it every other day, and when I do it every other day, I'll do like 2 videos in one day. Which I know it seems kind of stupid, but I could just do like one day and one the other day. But if I do that, then like, I don't know, like, I don't know, that's just like, I'm not saying that I need to do that or that I don't need to do that. I'm just saying that like, I'm just doing this because I don't have a job, and if I did have a job, I wouldn't be doing this. Because I have a lot of time on my hands every day, and there's just nothing to do. Like, once I do everything, there's nothing else to do. So I just kind of just sit here and just talk to the camera and put it on YouTube for people to watch, because, there's nothing else for me to do. So I just talk to the camera, even though I don't have that much to talk about. Yeah, I'm sitting kind of far away from the camera. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. Someone in my family is talking about getting me a Nintendo Switch for my birthday, and I'm pretty excited about that because I want to play some Pokemon. I got it downloaded on my phone right now. I'm playing Pokemon Leaf Green. It's like the only good game that's on there in Naruto. It's all Game Boy games and Nintendo 64 games. You can kind of like play around. Like you can be like on you can play Super Mario on there. Super Mario 64. I played it and I defeated the first boss. That I haven't done that in like over like 15 years. How old was I? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. About 12 years. About 13, 14-ish years old was the last time I had a 64. And by that time I had a PlayStation 2, so I wasn't playing the 64 anymore. I had a ton of games for it. But I was playing all the same games over and over again, and I was getting bored of them, and I wasn't like playing them all the time anymore. So it's just been it's such an advancement from where our PlayStations and our 64s and our GameCubes. They used to have like I had a GameCube, Nintendo 64, a Super Nintendo, a PlayStation 2, and a PlayStation 3, and a PlayStation 4. That's all I've had this whole entire time. And a PSP and a PSP Go. And a Game Boy Advance SP. And I ended up trading it for a Game Boy Advance. The old school one where you put batteries in it. That was a great trade. I loved it. It's purple. I still have it. I'm just playing the games on my phone. That's literally what I have for the Game Boy Advance is Pokemon Leaf Green. If y'all are wondering what I'm sitting on a motorcycle. It hasn't been finished yet, but I'm gonna pay somebody to finish this one day. I come out here every once in a while. I'm gonna pop the tank one day and put some Marble Mist oil in the top of the cylinder, and let it just not fire over, but turn it over and keep getting the oil through there on the walls and all over the rings and stuff. Because it's been sitting here for about a year or a year and a half or something like that, and I had a Sportster from Harley Davidson, 1200, but I ended up having to get rid of it, and the person that bought it from me got it running in like a day, and it pissed me off. But whatever, it is what it is. I got this on a trade for 2 trucks. I had 2 trucks that were broke down. This was broke down when I got it, and it still broke down, but it's going to be fixed one day. The only reason why I traded for two trucks for this one motorcycle was because they both were in bad shape. And he also wanted the other truck back there, and I said, you can just have that truck. So he got that for free, and he gave me this. And I knew it was broke, and I knew it needed work. But I mean, it's just a couple $100 to get it running. It's not like the truck needed like thousands of dollars worth of work. Or, well, not thousands, but between both of them, it needed thousands of dollars worth of work. And I didn't have the money to sink into both of them, so I just got rid of them and got this instead, because this is only going to take like $500 to fix this, plus some labor, probably around like $700, $800. in total, instead of paying $800 over here and like $500 or $600 over here in parts, because that truck's motor was tapping, or the valve was tapping, and the other one, it blew the spark plug out of the cylinder head, and we had to put new threads in it, and then we put a spark plug back in it, and it ran fine. But the head was no good. Like, once the spark plug blew back out again, and we thought the motor capped out on us, but it wasn't the motor that capped out. It was just it needed threads. And I did that when I was like 15 or 16 years old. I did it for my dad because his back is bad. He can't be doing that kind of stuff. So I did it for him, and it worked out pretty good. That was one of those things that, like, I was pretty proud of when I was younger, because that was a pretty tedious job. Like, if I would have been doing that for somebody, I would have been sweating bullets. I was sweating bullets for my dad. Because, you know, like, if it didn't get fixed, it was done for. So, got it fixed, got it put back in there. It ran fine for, like, 3 or 4 years until the clutch started slipping, and that's when it started costing like $800 for a new clutch, and that was through a buddy. And if I would have went to a shop, they would have charged probably like $1,200 or $1,500 just to do it. And I'm like, man, like, I can't take this shit, dude. Like, I don't understand why it costs so much for somebody to put a fucking clutch in. If somebody would told me before it was $1,000 to put a clutch in a car, and I had to pay half of it because the car was still under finance, and I finally was able to get it fixed, and I had to pay the other $500 plus the $100, so $600 for the clutch and for the work that was going to be done to it, and I just added on top of my financing, and I paid it off, and I own the car. The car's clutch is still great. It's still perfect. It's probably going to be perfect for another like 3 years before it goes out. But, you know, by the time that goes out, I'm going to have money to pay for it to get fixed. So I'm thinking about getting a van. So if I get a van, I won't be worried about driving that car anymore. Like, I'll just be worried about driving a van. I think I'm going to go to the Keys and sleep in the van overnight and go fishing the next day. It's a good long drive, so as long as I need to stop, I can just stop, and I can hang out in the van for a little while. I can stretch my legs. I can like lay down in the van and just chillax and get on my phone and play games or something for a little while and take a break and get out and stretch my legs, and then go back in there and lay down and like play games or something and just get back on the road. That's where Switch is going to come into play really well. And this phone games that I have on here, the Game Boy Advance games on the phone, that's going to really come into play. Those games are going to be used definitely. I'm going to see how long we have. 13 minutes. Yeah, I'm doing this pretty long, man. This is a long ass video. I've been kind of rambling a little bit, but yeah. That's what's going to be going on, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I just wanted to just talk about. I just wanted to rant for a little while, but yeah. 2 videos in one day. This is the second video, so alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Peace out. Thanks for watching.